This world is filled with such immense beauty and with unbearable tragedy. As a young teenager during the Vietnam War, I spent countless nights in my room listening to music. The lyrics cried out for peace and understanding and love. I lived in those songs. In that world, musicians were the healers. And then on September 11th, 2001, we watched a plane turn into a bomb at Ground Zero. Many of our friends and neighbors never came home. And music? It became the healer once again in this world.
The World Trade Centers, yes, both of the 110 stories World Trade Centers have collapsed. All U.S. security markets have closed. A conference call is scheduled tonight to decide whether to reopen tomorrow. Bellevue Hospital medical director, quote, "This is a catastrophe of unparalleled proportions," unquote. And the reason it is a result of what you're seeing on videotape. First one of the World Trade Center towers collapsed. Yes, collapsed.
By the time I made my way from Ground Zero up to Midtown that morning, there were already thousands of people in line. There was a man standing in front of me covered in white dust. He looked like a ghost, and he was crying. And I put my hand on his shoulder, and I asked him if he was okay. He said, "I don't have any money for the ferry. I left my wallet at the South Tower." I told him they wouldn't be charging. And as I pulled my hand away, my print stayed on his jacket. There were no cell phones working. And suddenly the lady across from me was talking to somebody. It turned out to be her grandfather in Florida. He had gotten through somehow. And I asked her, "Could I give you my number and have him call my wife?" She said, "Yeah." And so Barbie got a call from a man in Florida that we never met, telling her I was safe. We crossed the river many hours later, and I looked back at the skyline on fire, filled with smoke. I knew it would never be the same. I also knew I was going home, but I also knew that so many weren't going to be that lucky.
When he got home that night, he was just shattered. He couldn't talk about it. After a while, he went and picked up his guitar. And the way he held it, it was like it was a living thing. After a while, he started to play and sing a little bit, and it was so soft. I thought he was praying. And I realized he was.
Over the next few days, we'd find out about over 30 people that we knew who were missing. Friends, former co-workers, guys I used to have a few beers with at the bar. And heartbreakingly, the young man that lived right above us in Hoboken. But that night of 9/11, I just sat in our living room in the dark and sang very softly. I don't know where the words came from. The words came from somewhere very deep within my soul.
I can't explain the unexplainable. I don't want to even try. I know we saw the unthinkable. Is there any mercy when you say goodbye? I never knew.
the days after you saw like cases of waters and boots and socks just stacked up on the West Side Highway. People wanted to help. They didn't know what to do, but they knew they needed to do something. A friend of mine who was right there and saw the whole thing in a building just adjacent to the South Tower, he started writing music, and that's how his journey started.
I knew very early on how much he loved music. I mean, we went to a lot of shows and concerts, and I could see how it just fed him. You know, the music he would just sucked it in. It was just such an important part, you know, of his world. And I knew he had a guitar, and occasionally I would hear him like singing really softly, and I could barely hear. And I was like, you have a cool voice, you know, you should sing. But it was just really soft and quiet.
10 days after 9/11, I went out to Jorma Kaukkanen's guitar camp in Ohio, Fur Peace. I had made plans to go there about 6 months beforehand. And I wasn't going to go after 9/11. I was afraid to get on the plane. I had booked tickets, but I wasn't going to fly. And Barbie called out to Vanessa, Jorma's wife, out there, and said I was a little afraid. And Vanessa actually called back, and she said, listen, I heard you're afraid to come out, and I really think you should get in your car and drive. And thought about it, still wasn't set on it, but then Barbie said, you need to go.
In June of 2001, I had just finished my degree in music. I'd just come out of college. I had finished up an internship at a record company and was looking forward to a career in music. By all accounts, that was the direction my life was to take. And like a lot of folks that grow up on Long Island with folks in finance, I found myself interning on Wall Street.
I had written this first song, I Never Knew, and I played it enough times in the house that Barbie knew that I was feeling something very deep inside the song. And she said, listen, you just need to go and be with these musicians for the weekend. And so I said, okay. So I jumped in the car and I drove 10 hours out to Ohio, and I got out there, and Jorma and Vanessa and all the musicians and campers at Fur Peace couldn't have been sweeter. They all knew, obviously, that I had gone through something very traumatic.
But by happenstance, I was sat next to this guy named Tim Tuttle. We struck up a quick friendship. He kind of took me under his wing. We had a lot in common with respect to music. So you can imagine the feelings that I had on September 11th. I was literally standing next to Tim watching this unfold in real time.
This was a very serious guitar camp, and I was by far the worst musician in the place. They were all really good. There was a camper's sort of jamboree at the end, and everybody would play their songs. And I decided that it might be a good idea for me to sneak out.
And he was like, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to, hop in the car and get going. And I was like, don't you dare come home without doing your song. Because I knew it would be so good for him,
He said, well, I can't play. And she said, I think you should play. You'll regret it for the rest of your life if you don't try to play.
When he went to perform it, his hands were shaking so badly he couldn't even put his music in the music stand. So somebody else had to come and hold his music for him.
And everybody played. And as I watched them, these talented people, I get more and more nervous because I knew that I was going to fail.
Sorry. And he did that, that one song that he had written. And I knew it would open a world for him, if he did that. Because it's a beautiful song.
And started to play the song, I Never Knew. Singing it very quietly. When it was over, I didn't hear any clapping. And I remember thinking to myself, it was that bad. I slowly looked up, and I saw these beautiful musicians all looking at me. I could see tears in a couple people's eyes. And I knew I had connected with these people I respected so much that they had heard everything I was singing. And I felt so beautiful inside. I felt like over the course of that weekend, I couldn't have told my story any better than I told it in that song.
So we did it, and then he was allowed to come home.
And I drove home that whole way, 600 miles, knowing I was gonna find Jeremy, and I was gonna take that voice into a studio, record that song that I did for the first time at that beautiful camp.
And we went to the back of the office and took out guitars. And that was the first time I heard Tim's music.
It made all the difference in my life. It turned out to be a lot more than one song. That was the beginning of music from Ground Zero.
The next few days after September 11th were quite surreal. I think for the first 2 days, all I did was check my phone and see if any of the phone messages that I had left for my friends and colleagues had been answered, and unfortunately they weren't. And a few days later, I think at that point I just realized that most of the people that we had worked with over the years were not coming home.
Tim and I were back in the office less than a week after 9/11, and the view from our desk was 30 flights up, looking through floor-to-ceiling windows down into this smoldering pit of wreckage where the Twin Towers once stood. And it is imagery that will haunt me for the rest of my years.
We were one of the first offices back at Ground Zero on the perimeter a week or so later. My first time back there since the towers had fallen was heartbreaking. But as I walked towards the entrance to my office building, there was an old dog, an old golden retriever with a blue vest on, with his handler. I saw him and I bent down to pet him. He had patches on. And I noticed the patches were Athens and Oklahoma City and other bomb sites. The handler said to me, he's too old to search, but he's here to inspire the young dogs and keep them company. They're getting depressed. Over the next couple weeks, we'd watch as the firemen and police brought out remains of people. People that we knew were friends of ours. And every night I had to take that home with me. And my guitar and Barbie became my therapy.
And I remember him calling me up and saying, hey, look, I'm going into a studio. And I remember saying, hold on, you're not a musician. You don't, I think You know, like 5 chords, and maybe I taught you 2 or 3 of them. And he's like, no, I got a song.
He told me that he had written a song about 9/11 and that he wanted to record it. He asked me if I knew anyone with a recording studio. So I connected him with Rich. Rich and I had gone to Berklee College of Music together. Rich owned a recording studio in Tribeca.
Yeah, I remember feeling a total sense of pointlessness. What music? What does all this equipment do? What the hell? Not knowing at the time that music was going to be part of the cure.
The contrast of that warm, sort of cocoon-like, inviting studio where we could control the vibe. It was such a comforting space as compared to the reality of our day.
Going to the studio with Jeremy was like going to church. I mean, it became our spiritual sanctuary. And meeting all these musicians who were so deeply affected by 9/11 as well, it was like we became this downtown community healing together.
The studio became, that safe haven for us to do what we wanted to do, to heal through music and to record these tunes. And it was just a joy.
The music was healing my heart. It was healing my soul. I wasn't a professional musician. I was far from that. But the people that were coming into the studio, they understood. They completely knew what we were trying to find, what we were trying to do, and they knew why we were doing it.
It was heartbreaking, but at the same time, he found this thing, this way of expressing something, this thing that he had been so connected to all his life, but not in this way.
I've worked for many, many years in New York City, particularly in Greenwich Village, with songwriters who, for the most part, are not trained musicians. It's more of a kind of minstrel art where people sort of learn how to sing and play well enough to create a vision that they have in their head, and Tim certainly fits that category.
And one night I sat down and wrote Inside. It was a song that I had written for all the friends that were trapped at the top. One of my friends had been able to make a call to his wife, but she wasn't home, and so he had left a message. I love you. Please take care of the kids. I have to go now. I have to go now. I couldn't get that out of my head, so I wanted to write a song for them. A song for them to say goodbye.
As we're coming down, I mean, there's a group of about maybe 14 to 16 firemen, two at a time, going up the stairs, and all we were saying to these guys, we were slapping them on the back, saying, "God bless you guys." I mean, we didn't know what was going on, but we knew these guys were going to help us, and you could see the determination in their eyes, and the canisters were strapped to their backs, and they were just moving real fast, and that everybody moved aside and up they went. I mean, little did we know, man, they never came back.
I can tell I've been searching, but I don't know for what. And I can see that I've been bleeding. I can't seem to find the cut. I wonder if I keep on running, will it lead me somewhere new? Is there anywhere in this world, my love, where I'd run without you? And all of our passion
I was fairly certain, like most other people that had been in Ground Zero on 9/11, that this wouldn't be the last act of terrorism. We all thought maybe we'd be on a subway or in a building, that it would happen again. And so after I had written my first song, I Never Knew, began to write a second song called By Your Side. That song was done because I wanted to tell Barbie that no matter what happened, if I died, that I would always be with her, wherever she went. I'd be standing with her, and all she had to do was close her eyes and reach out. So I called Jeremy again and said, let's do another song. And I realized as we were going into the studio to play the instruments and sing the song, work on it, that the song wasn't just for me to tell my beautiful wife that I'd be okay, but for everybody. The song was really for all the wives of all the friends I knew that hadn't made it. They were there. They'd always be with them by their sides.
To record a song means you want to make something significant out of something that you created. It started with one song, and he ended up writing dozens and dozens of songs, and it went on for years and years and years.
Rich had all these incredible musicians coming into the studio. I mean, I had been writing these songs acoustically and playing them over the phone to Jeremy, and suddenly Rich's friends were bringing life to the songs, and they all understood entirely what we were doing.
I don't know when I thought this could become an album or this could become a band, but I do remember the night that I just grabbed Mark, who was in the other room. Hey, Mark, get your bass on. You want to add something? And he jumped up and added a bass part, and suddenly we had his musicianship.
First time getting in the studio with Rich was great. It was clear that he was a wizard on the Pro Tools, but he was also a wizard at the keyboard. The guy's musicianship was off the charts.
After several months of recording in the studio, I realized we were going to have to do a concert on the first anniversary. And so I walked from downtown up to the Tribeca Rock Club. Really cool stage, neat place. Some great bands had played there, and I walked in, and the lady that owned it was behind the bar. I sat down and ordered a beer. I asked her if I could perform on 9/11. Her husband had been a fireman, so I told her our background, and she said, "Do you have a CD?" And I said, "Yeah." And I pulled it out, and she popped it in and put on By Her Side. For a couple minutes, her eyes were welling up, and she said, "You're in." I was pretty excited. There was only one problem. I hadn't performed live with a band on stage, and I'd sang in the choir as a kid and done a school play, but I had no idea how to come on in front of the band.
He was so nervous. I mean, understandably, he'd never sung in front of people except when he was in 8th grade and, did The Boyfriend. And it was so important to him, but he was just so nervous. I thought he might just not be able to do this. People will understand.
I can't do it. I'm getting sick to my stomach. I can't remember the words to my songs. You name it. I came up with every possible excuse.
But then, he clicked into why he was doing this and who he was doing it for. And it was like, when he came out, it was like he connected to this underground river that had been in him all his life.
I hear voices in my head. I hear so many things, and I don't know what they said or what tomorrow brings. Sometimes I hear their laughter, and sometimes so it seems.
And he just landed into it and gave this beautiful, beautiful concert.
It was sort of a homecoming. And a kind of expecting maybe Tim might fall off the stage, but I believe there was a higher power there. I think that our friends that we were there for were there with us.
Time has come for me to leave. The time has come for me to say goodbye. But we will meet again one of these days, and I will teach you how to fly. The time we had is far too short, but I'm happy we have these times at all. And if you ever feel like you're all alone, just close your eyes and won't you give me a call. Can you feel me in your heart? Can you see me through your tears? Don't you cry, don't you cry, 'cause I'm right here, standing by your side. 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 I'm standing by your side, standing by your side. I'm standing by your side, standing by your side. I'm standing by your side,
Each of the tunes is a bit of a snapshot in time that reflects, where he was in that moment, or a particular friend or a particular memory.
A couple of weeks before 9/11, I was upstairs at Windows of the World on the 106th floor, having a few beers with some of the guys. And a guy was standing next to me at the window, and he looked down and he said, "It's absolutely perfect. Just perfect up here. You can almost see forever." I never forgot that. It made such a powerful impact on me. I never saw him again.
You can almost see forever. Tommy Knox, Tommy Hobbs, Frank Spinelli, Kevin Dennis, Stu Meltzer, Joey Okibacha, Martin Niederman, Vinnie Kane, Wayne Hobson, Eamon McEnany, Ted Luckett, Eddie Parada, Doug Cherry, Chris Wodencheck, John Gallagher, Chris Gray, Pat McGuire, Bill Hunt, Tom Sporolino, Randy Scott, Ray Metz, and some guys we lost after 9/11. John Sullivan, Peter Tabor, my father, Mary Madden, people that got us through. We love them all, and we miss them. Thank you. If I missed any of your friends, loved ones, know that we are thinking about.
So in that respect, when we're playing the songs, it's a journey through the memories and the tribute that he's paying to all of these people.
And this is our night, such a fine night, a night we'll always remember. This too will change, nothing stays the same. No one really sees forever. This too will change, nothing stays the same. No one really sees forever. No one really sees. No one really. And no one really sees. No one really. And no one really sees. No one really sees forever.
Tim was always the life of the party. He had this great laugh. He had so much joy. But he also had these really dark nights of the soul.
I mean, obviously, 9/11 was a day where we all witnessed things that nobody should witness. And to deal with that on an emotional level is very difficult. It's hard to unpack what you've seen. It's hard to unpack how to process that.
But there was a lot of nights when I easily could have fallen back into darker times. I had certainly had a history of both alcohol and drug abuse. I had only just come to a reckoning with that a couple of years before, and it was an option. It was an option that crossed my mind. There was some very, very tough and difficult times.
Father, won't you keep on praying for me, Mother? Won't you keep on praying for me, Father? Keep on praying for me, the world's gone mad. The world's gone mad.
It was like walking a tightrope. It was like walking along the edge and wondering if I'd fall off or not.
Brother, won't you keep on praying for me, sister? Won't you keep on praying for me, brother? Keep on praying for me, the world's gone mad. The world's gone mad.
I always wondered if I was suffering from some form of survivor's guilt. I had a lot of good friends up there, and I kept thinking many nights how I would have reacted or accepted knowing that the end was so close. I wasn't able to really talk with even Barbie or anybody about it's almost like a certain sense of going mad.
He could take all that sorrow and weave it into something amazing. I couldn't believe the stuff that he wrote.
To see a guy who was a party animal, who was kind of drifting, laser focused, doing something that he probably should have been doing since he was 6, and it's all pouring out from his heart and from his soul, and it was mind-blowing. I was so blown away, but more proud of a guy that I knew that I didn't know what was going to happen to this guy, and I think 9/11 could have just closed him down forever. But he dug deep, found something that was always there.
It really was the music saving me from my own demons that were chasing me inside.
Dawn is near. I'm still sitting here, although my mind's been playing games. I'm fighting the feeling. I'm I've never felt before. Am I only what I became? If I cried out loud to you tonight, what help would you send? Have you grown weary, so tired at last, going down the same old road again? I don't know. 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 I guess it depends. I don't know. 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 How the story ends. Maybe it never 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 ends.
Music in times of immense pain and darkness is that beacon, that kind of light that some of us can hold on to and kind of, weather any storm.
I hadn't done much in my life before 9/11. I mean, I had gone to college, played lacrosse, made some friends, worked. Then I met my beautiful wife, who saw something creative in me, and she encouraged it. But I rejected it. I rejected it when I was a kid too. I rejected it when my mother tried to shine a line on it, because I am a stubborn fuck.
What you dream, or tell me what you feel, or show me what you see now, or show me what the deal. Oh, come on, darling, where'd you hide the cover? Hey, little sister, now, who's gonna save your soul? La 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 la. Who's gonna save your soul? Gonna save your soul. La 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 la. Who's gonna save your soul?
The more I sang with Jeremy and the more I sang with everybody else, I realized for the first time that I was using my voice to tell a story. And for the first time in my life, I was making the world a slightly better place.
He had written one song that I used to play all the time, and my kids were quite young at the time. It was called Sail Away. It was a beautiful song. And I think he was really writing about how just to get out of the horror of what was happening that day.
But Tim's lyrics stick. They're meaningful. They're powerful. I mean, almost every one of the songs he's done has some sort of anthemic vision.
There was this thing after 9/11 where everybody was coming together. There was this spirit, this energy. If we could have taken that, if we could have bottled it like a lightning bug and just let it shine, we could have filled this world with so much love.
I learned that time is precious. I want to take my time and learn to breathe. I see them burn down the temples and do things to the empire I could not believe. Oh, we must change. In spite of ourselves. And look for answers from above.
Being overseas could lead to some lonely times. I always try to keep myself busy to avoid it. One of the things I did was work with anysoldier.com to make some connections with people throughout the country and the world. It was nice to know that other people were thinking of us in our time and while we were doing our jobs overseas.
I was just sitting upstairs and I was starting to get pretty nervous about this evening, and we started trying to talk about what we're doing here and why we're doing it and why we shouldn't be nervous. And got a knock on the door. A friend of mine walked through the door. I haven't met before, but last year we sent a bunch of CDs over to Baghdad and Afghanistan. And fortunately this doll made it back, and he brought us this from Music from Ground Zero. Us American flag, he brought us this thing from Music from Ground Zero. Appreciation, let us know. So that makes it all worthwhile, man. That makes it all worthwhile.
It was great the day that I got a letter from Tim Tuttle saying he was finishing up A Labor of Love, putting together a CD about music and that, the reflections on what had happened in 9/11. So as somebody from Norwalk, Connecticut, it was very close to my heart. I lost some friends that day as well, but it was nice to see what Tim had done through song with him and all his friends.
I was telling you earlier, a very, very fine young man passed this wonderful Company B, 1st Battalion, 189th Aviation Assault, Connecticut Army National Guard. It's one of the proudest moments of my life getting this. This next song's for all our friends back stateside, all the kids that are still over there doing what they're supposed to be doing. Remember, this evening is not political, it's not religious, it's not anything else. Whatever you may feel, those kids deserve all the respect in the world. All the respect in the world.
And it was great to get a letter saying, hey, I've got this labor of love, I got these CDs that I've finished up, and I'd love to get them out to the troops. And fortunately for Tim, I think I was the right man for the job. My job overseas as a helicopter mechanic, gunner, and crew chief. I had to be flying UH-60 Blackhawks all over the country. So from the day I came back to our base of operations to a very big box of CDs to the time I left, I was always looking for the opportunity to get some of those CDs into the hands of some of the morale and welfare tents or some of the other units in all the areas of Iraq.
Whatever we can do for them, we should. Tonight's game going to the Intrepid Fallen Heroes Fund, which is privately organized, raised money to build private hospitals for kids coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan right now.
I kept the poster Tim sent with the CDs, but all the music is still over there somewhere, and it was great to be appreciated.
It's just it's such a joy to know that you're putting that kind of energy out into the world, and it's coming back to you in a way that's palpable. It's pretty fantastic.
We were never trying to be political. We were just like, here was an act of evil. We now respond with music. Let's make the world a little less horrific and start to heal that way.
Running back to you, I wrote on the first anniversary of 9/11. We had done a show, our first show the night before. There was a bunch of young men standing where the World Trade Center had once been. They sort of followed us over to this little place outdoors, and we all sat down to have a beer. I looked over and I said, "What are you guys doing here?" He said, "We just joined the service. We're gonna go fight. We joined because of 9/11. Before I left, I went up to the kids and I said, "Listen, be safe. I wish you good luck. But when you're finished with your tour, come back to New York." And one of the young men looked at me and he said, "I'll be running back to New York." And I wrote a song.
Well, this world, this little running back to New York. I'm running back to you. They hit us hard, you caused us pain, but you still say. Hell, you push us around, you knock us down. We're still here, we're hanging round. No Bronx Tip, Brooklyn School, and the Broadway lights are always lit, yeah. You wanna play in this game, you know the deck is stacked. It's New York band, and now we're back. Yeah, we're back. I'm running back to New York. I'm running back to New York. I'm running back to New York. I'm running back to you. 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 Running back to you.
Tim and I were commuters. And in particular, we always tended to see each other on Monday mornings. But at one point, we ended up sharing a seat side by side. And we introduced ourselves, and we realized we were both musicians. And he said, "Oh, that's interesting, because I actually have written a lot of music, and I'm about to do a show in tribute to 9/11.
I met Susan on the bus. She was reading the New York Times. I figured she's probably a singer.
You know what? Why don't you join us and practice and play the show with us?" It just very off the cuff. He had never really met me before. He didn't know if I was a singer or not. But that's the kind of person Tim is.
And so I told the band that my new friend Susan was going to come sing with us in rehearsal. And quite naturally, they asked if I had actually heard her sing. Nope. Because we all have the gift. It doesn't matter if you can sing or play a guitar. You have this spiritual hum inside you. It's a beat that's going on inside you.
A musician really cannot separate his music, I think, from his soul. His journey through this whole process was a journey of healing.
I was looking for a way to bring my music students at Fannin County Middle School in North Georgia closer to 9/11. So I got on the computer and Googled music and 9/11. And it was amazing because Tim Tuttle and Music from Ground Zero popped right up.
Music is such a universal language that just the act of playing a song and thinking about how you're feeling is cathartic in and of itself. So it really did help me feel better, and I think it helped a lot of people.
I wanted the music to inspire them. And I said, draw anything you would remember, anything that you're feeling while you listen to this music. It was absolutely amazing, the product I got out of those students. So I contacted Tim and did not expect to hear back. And within 45 minutes, I had a response. And he said, please send me these letters.
You know, the comments that we would get after shows and the feedback and the letters that Tim would receive, it was just amazing.
So that was the beginning of this amazing pen-pal relationship with Music from Ground Zero.
Dear Tim, what are you doing? I'm doing fine. How's your job going? I listened to your CD last night, and I just want to say that it was wonderful.
I hope you make another CD, and if you do, I want to listen to it really bad. I listened to it all night, until I fell asleep, of course. Really like what you're doing with your life. Ryan Knight. I was so excited to find out that our music had made it down to these school kids in Georgia. I mean, they really wanted to know about 9/11 and Ground Zero, and that's exactly what I had intended when we started singing, was to reach out and touch people's lives.
And all the people I've known in my life, well, most were wrong, but a few were right. And some had more, and some had less to say. And they all dreamed that they would find a way. Now in the world learned to see, they were drowning in make-believe. Funny how the change they're told. They found the road that takes them home.
The first time I saw the lights at Ground Zero, they blew me away. It was like looking up at heaven. And then reading that each one of the beams had 44 halogen lamps in the canister. Well, 44 had been my high school and college lacrosse number, and 44 had always been a major part of my life. I felt like somebody was sending me a message. I honestly felt like somebody was reaching out and touching me.
The young man that lived just above us, such a sweetheart, had been lost. And the way the beams were, it looked like one of them was going right over the brownstone where we lived. It looked like it came and just curved right over where he would have been. And I just felt like that was for him.
You know, that was the sort of moment that Tim would turn into music, and that sort of thing it's just amazing.
The bright blue lights. And I just stared for the longest time. I didn't want to go to bed. I didn't want to wake up and have the lights gone. So I stayed up and stared at those lights for a very long time.
You can see them from afar and they stretch into the heavens. But when you see them up close, you can feel the energy. You can hear the buzz. It literally brought chills.
And that was powerful in a lot of ways to Tim. I think it was a connection between here and there. It was also his number.
And so when the 19th anniversary of 9/11 came, well, we had been performing every year live in New York City for the memorial. And now suddenly COVID. And so I called everybody up that we had performed with over the years, and I said, do you want to sing your part or play your instrument from your basement or your home studio? And everybody was really excited. And so we ended up doing 44 lights by Zoom.
See the lights in the sky tonight. They shine so high, they shine so bright. 3,000 souls, we say goodnight. And everything here is gonna be alright. Everything will be alright. Can you see the lights? 44 lights. 44 lights. 44 lights. 44 lost friends. We live to remember. It will never end. Look up at the stars tonight. You can see their names. We're gonna let them shine until we meet again. See the lights in the sky tonight. They shine so high, they shine so bright. 3,000 souls, we say goodnight. And everything here is gonna be alright. Everything will be alright. Can you see the lights? 44 lights, 44 lights, 44 lights, 44 lights. We're gonna shine tonight. And someone said, only the good die young. I guess our friends were the chosen ones. You can see their faces when you look up at the sky. Friends forever, we never say goodbye. See the lights in the sky tonight. They shine so high, they shine so bright. 3,000 souls, we say goodnight. And everything here is gonna be alright. Everything will be alright. See the lights in the sky tonight. They shine so high, they shine so bright. 3,000 souls, we say goodnight. And everything here is gonna be alright. Everything will be alright. Can you see the light? 44 lights, 44 lights, 44 lights, 44 lights. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see the light? Can you see the light? Can you see the light? 44 lights. Can you see the light? 44 lights. Can you see the light? Can you see the light? Can you see the light? 44 lights. Can you see the light?
And he was so good. It would have been a beautiful thing to do if he'd been bad, you know, but he was amazing. And I was like, you know, so proud of him.
Those shows helped me, and I think they helped everybody that's been going to every show, because there's something about the music and something about the lyrics that ties it all together.
I mean, he always wrote poetry. He was always good. He used to show me this stuff, and I'm like, this is insane. What the hell are you doing here? You're crazy. You shouldn't be wearing a suit. You should be out there Jack Kerouacing across America. Man, this is what you should be doing.
We're not paramedics, we're not therapists, we're not priests, we're not electricians. All we could do is respond by making music. And we'll never know how many lives we touched, but we did, and we have.
The room was always so full of love, and Tim's beautiful songwriting really evoked emotions that we all needed to feel year after year to remember and recover. I was really honored to be a part of it.
It was going to be one song, one concert. And then it turned into a lot of songs and a lot of concerts. And a lot of really good people came along with us on the journey.
I found that if it makes you happy, if it fills your heart, you got to do it. You got to share it with the world. We said we would never forget. And we haven't. We have tried to remember with love.
It wasn't that we wanted to be professional musicians and light the music world on fire. We just wanted to share our musical healing journey with others so that they could heal along with us.
Really hope you all appreciate what you did for us, and I know I appreciated what you did for us.
And I'm on a road that leads to nowhere, and I've been walking all night long, and I keep wondering what's waiting for me there. You know, I keep wondering where I belong, and I see shadows in the distance. Oh no, could it really be you? I close my eyes and I try to listen. No, I'm just hoping it might be true. Oh, this world has changed for me. And I got friends, I know they love me. Do they really understand? I can feel the end, what's above me, you know. I can feel the guiding hand, and I see shadows in the distance. Oh, could it really be you? I close my eyes and I try to listen. No, I'm just hoping it might be true. Oh, this world has changed for me. This world has changed for me. This world never be the same. And I'm on a road that leads to nowhere, you know. I've been walking all night long, and I've been wondering what's waiting for me out there, you know. Wondering how I see shadows in the distance. Oh, could it really be you? I close my eyes and I try to listen. You know, I'm hoping it might be true. But this world has changed.